Hello dear chess lovers, today I wanna show you a new game between 12 times Iceland champion and Iceland's number one chess player Hans Stefansson and an amateur chess player from Sweden, Jorgen NORQVISTS. This game was played in 1998 in RILTON Cup in Stockholm. When this game was played, Stefansson was 26 and NORQVISTS was 33 years old. Let's see this party. Stefansson white pieces, NORQVISTS black pieces. Stefansson e4, king's pawn opening, NORQVISTS e5, knight f3 developing and attacking e5 pawn, knight c6 developing and defending pawn, bishop b5, Ruy Lopez, a6, attacking bishop Murphy defense, bishop a4, knight f6, castle short. Now if black takes pawn, this is open Ruy Lopez. If black plays bishop e7 and closing e-file, this is closed Ruy Lopez. In the game, black preferred to play bishop e7 and closed Ruy Lopez defense. Now rook e1, defending pawn b5, bishop b3, castle short. These are theoretical moves. a4, attacking black's pawn chain, bishop b7, d3, defending e4 pawn. Now b4 for gaining space on queen side. Instead of this obvious move, black has to continue with rook e8. After knight c3, b4 attacking knight and knight jumps to d5 central square. In the game after b4, white played a5 for preventing black's a5 move, d6, knight b to d2, knight b8 for playing c5. Instead of this move, black has to continue with h6 for controlling g5 square. After c3, d5 from the center, a takes d5, knight takes d5, knight jumps to e4, knight f6, queen c2, rook b8, h3, knight takes knight, d takes knight, b takes c3, actual game on the boards. After knight b8, white plays c3 for exchanging pawns. Bishop takes c3, b takes c3, b takes c3, c5. Knight jumps to c4, knight c6, knight h4. Now white wanted to play knight a5 and using this knight for attacking black's king. d5. Black is playing from the center. Instead of this, black has to play rook b8 and after knight f5, also white's position is better. After d5, e takes d5, knight takes d5, knight jumps to f5. Now knight is looking at black's king. Knight takes c3. Now white sacrificing a pawn for starting a mating attack. Queen g4. Now queen and knight are both attacking g7 pawn. g6 for preventing mate. Knight b6 attacking rook. Black cannot take knight because of the pin on g file. Bishop c8. Now bishop is pinning knight, but that was mistake. Instead of this, black has to play bishop f6 and giving up the exchange. After knight takes a8, bishop takes a8 and this bishop is very effective against white's queen and the game is almost equal, although white won the exchange. In the game after bishop c8, knight h6 check. After king g7, queen c4. Now queen, bishop battery and knight are both attacking f7 pawn. Knight takes a5. Now knight is forking both queen and bishop. Also knight removes the defender of b6 knight. Rook takes a5. Queen takes b6. Knight takes f7. Now white sacrificed a5 rook for attacking black's king. Black accepted the sacrifice. Queen takes a5, but that was obvious. Instead of this, black has to continue with bishop e6. After queen takes e6, queen takes e6, bishop takes e6, rook takes f7. Instead of taking this rook, white played bishop b2 attacking knight. After knight jumps to b5, bishop takes e5 check, king f8. Now white takes rook, king takes bishop and equal game, and white's position is better in this variation. In the game after queen takes rook, bishop h6 check. Now king has two options, g8 or f6. In the game king goes to g8. If king goes to f6, there will be mate in 2. queen h4, king f5, rook takes e5, checkmate. In the game, after king goes to g8, knight g5, discovered check. Now, black cannot close this diagonal because both pieces are free. Knight d5, free knight, bishop e6, free bishop, rook f7, free rook. So instead of closing the diagonal, black king goes to h8. And now white made a great queen sacrifice. Queen g8, sacrificing queen, and black has to take this queen with his rook. Rook takes g8, and now knight f7, checkmate with knight and bishop. Also with the aid of black's rook and pawn. A kind of smothered mate. If you like this match, like and share this video and subscribe to my channel. See you on later videos. Goodbye.